maintain it for 3 years.
keep it off.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, everyone. Welcome to your first advanced webinar of the new year. My name is Jared Krebs. I am live here in San Antonio. And before we bring on our special guest to share her story, I just want to remind you of 10 things to expect when building your USANA business. Number one, there will be ups and downs. Just like anything, there's going to be ups and downs. Number two, success or failure is up to you. If you succeed, it's because of you. If you fail, it's because of you, not because the person who invited you to USANA. Number three, the goal is for you to become independent and be an independent leader and bring in brand new people and be the person that casts a vision for others. Number four, plan, do, review, adjust. So make your plan on the weekend. Do it, review it, and make adjustments. Plan, do, review, adjust. Number five, it's going to take time. It's going to take a year to become competent at the skills to do this. It's going to take 3 years to build a significant part-time income. It's going to take 5 years to become a significant earner, and it's going to take 7 years to become world-class. It's going to take time, just like anything. Number six, it takes consistent work and hustle. Consistency is key. There's nothing more important than consistency. Number seven, you're going to have to grow and get outside of your comfort zone and do Facebook Lives. I said it. You're going to have to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. Number eight, mental toughness is necessary. You got to be mentally tough. Number nine, the grass is not greener in other companies. I've seen people leave USANA and never make what they made with their USANA business. And number 10, this is a long-term game. USANA is 25 years strong with over $2.5 billion paid to its associates. It's helped people have a full-time income like myself and Felicia and thousands of people around the world for a long time. And hundreds of thousands of people have made a part-time income with USANA. And always remember that amateurs sell products, but professionals sell the vision. Always make sure that you're sharing all the possibilities of USANA, not just the great products, but also financial freedom, huge tax savings, community, in addition to the health. So there's so many things, time freedom. And very few have done it as well as Felicia Menchaca out of San Antonio, Texas. She is a dear friend of mine. I have watched her grow throughout the years. Felicia, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We are excited to hear your story, and I am so proud of all the things you've done, and I just can't wait. So welcome, Felicia.
Thank you, Jared. I love those tips. I remember the first time I heard you speak at Challenge You, and you shared all those tips, and they really hit home with me, and that's kind of what I've done like every day. So I love you. I love you hearing you say that.
Oh, love you too.
Well, thank you all so much for having me. I'm Felicia Menchaca. Before I started USANA, I was a school teacher, pre-K 3, so I taught the little ones. Absolutely loved what I did. It was a job of always helping people and, communicating with parents. So definitely loved it. I got pregnant about my third year into school teaching, and I had to be put on bed rest at that time due to my pregnancy just being a very delicate pregnancy. So was on bed rest for 9 months, managed to gain a whole 110 pounds extra throughout the pregnancy, was totally miserable, was on the couch just watching Netflix the whole pregnancy. It wasn't a good experience for me. And then after we had our son, the habits continued because I had developed those habits for 9 months. They just continued, to happen. Finally, about 12 months later, my son was 1, and I was absolutely just breaking in the inside. I wasn't a happy person. I was miserable. Me and my husband's marriage was, on the rocks. And it just really came down to me and how I felt as an individual. At that time, Reggie and a good friend of mine, they had always taken USANA and used USANA. So Reggie came to me with a good friend of ours who's now our upline as well, Adrian, and they gave me a reset, like a whole reset kit. And they were like, can you just please use this? Like, the only reason you feel like this is because I wasn't used to looking or feeling the way I looked before. I was 110 pounds before, when I married Reggie, before the baby. So going up to 220 pounds was just a total difference for me. I was not happy. So I did the reset, and I lost 10 pounds. It was absolutely great. I loved the shakes. They kept me full. I figured, well, I did the hardest part, right? Because the reset is definitely the hardest part of the program. If you can do the reset, you can make this a daily lifestyle for sure. Um, so after the reset, I continued drinking the 2 shakes a day. I did that for 6 months, managed to lose 65 pounds in those 6 months. Then I went to the 1 shake a day with my health pack and continued that for the next 8 months. And then 100 pounds came off within a total of 14 months. So that was back in 2000 and I want to say 16 when I hit that gold. And from there, I've been able to maintain a healthy weight. I continue to work out. So what that did was a lot of people started noticing. I shared my journey on Facebook, not even knowing what I was doing. I wasn't trying to grow a business at that time. At that time, it was just about holding myself accountable. And that's what Facebook did for me. I felt like people were watching. I started realizing that I was inspiring people, and other people started to ask me what I was doing. And then I was like, well, I'm doing this and I think you should try it. And I just started getting customers. I started learning more about nutrition and fitness, went on to get my personal training certificate, went on to get my sports nutritionist certificate. And then from there, my son was about 1.5 at that point when everything was just happening all at once. And I started wanting to really stay home with him. I wanted to be with him every day. I didn't want to leave him when I went to work. I wanted to be, at his preschool things and, be that mom that, was around at the schools. That was what I really wanted at that point in my life. So I began to look at USANA on a business side. I sat down with Reggie. He's really good at numbers. He kind of showed me how the comp plan worked, what I needed to do. And I realized that without even having a team at that point, that I could go out and grow this business myself with customers, and hopefully I would start to develop teammates. That started happening. I made Jared always preaches about DMO. I'm very strong with DMO as well. It's been a huge impact on myself and my journey. So I started to make a plan to do every day. At that point, I didn't know it was called a DMO. I started doing personal development, started listening to people. And then that's when I found out, oh, that's what it's called, a daily method of operation. And I followed that. Even to this day, I get up, I do the same things, and I just stick to it. Consistency has been the key for me. We have struggled as well with customers, with auto orders, but the most important thing is if you find that you stick to your DMO and you do it every day, you're going to keep growing no matter what, even when you are experiencing those knockdowns. But if you're not consistent in your DMO every day, you will not grow. It has to be something that you do every day. It's your number, whether you do 5, 10, 20, 50, that's up to you. But doing something every day to work and share the USANA vision, whether it's the products, the business, share it with someone every single day. So fast forward, about 2 years later, I was able to develop a team, develop leaders, get lots of clients, and I was able to start staying home. And I also bring my husband home with me as well. It's been a great journey for us to be home every single day together working our business. But it definitely took a lot of hard work, and it continues to take a lot of hard work. We just produced our first 2 silver directors. We had a bunch of other builders, believers, sharers happen. So it was a real exciting time for us. It is an exciting time to see our leaders start to develop their teams now and get their customers. So it's a very exciting time for us. I love seeing that. And that all just came down to one person staying committed and consistent. If I wouldn't have done that, a lot of these people would not have been here. And I'm thankful for that. So your vision can take you a long way. You'll never know the people you're going to meet until you get out there and start meeting them. I got to speak at convention this past year on the big stage. That was absolutely amazing. Loved it. Definitely want some more. I will be back speaking for Sweet Retreat this year. Very excited for that. And I'm taking 14 ladies with me. So super pumped about that. And it's just been an amazing time. Even though we have had hard times in our business, it has just been so worth it to stick with the USANA vision and share it with people. I'm very grateful that I took that leap of faith, did that reset, looked into the business, and started doing what I needed to do as well to help others. We've been able to travel. We did 5 countries this year. Not only did we travel together, but we also got to travel with our upline, Michael Careja. So it was a great experience for all of us. And that's another thing, is asking other leaders, what they're doing, how they're doing it. That's how me and you became friends, Jared, was, I wanted to know why, and how you are so successful, and, really taking what every leader tells you or pours into you, or when you're at events, taking the most out of it and putting it into your business is really the key. Anybody can do this business. You just have to stay consistent and be willing to learn and stay coachable from others as well. And, just see when others are having success, they're doing something that is right. So maybe you should implement it in your business as well. We're teaching our team to do the same thing. Like I said, it's super exciting to see them start to hatch. They were like my little babies at first, and now they're just hatching all over the place. And and it's a pretty fun and it's an amazing ride. No matter what, there is going to be times where you're not going to get an order, or someone might not sign up with you when you present the business, or someone might cancel their auto orders. Even when those things happen, it's very important, very super important, to remember your why. This past year, or these past 2 years, what me and Reggie have done is we have set our goals together. Both I have set my individual goals, same thing for him. We've sat down as a couple, set our goals, and definitely we have put them somewhere. We have a vision board that hangs in our room, since we see that every day. I just put up my new background that has all of our goals for 2019 on the phone. On our computer screen, it has us as Ruby directors already with that flyer, so that we can see that every day. So just speaking, you're your biggest cheerleader, and whether you're doing this business with a partner or you're doing it by yourself, make your computer screen, make your phone, make your vision board, and have it somewhere where you can see it every single day, because you need to speak positivity into your life in order to be successful in anything that you do. That goes, whether you're at the gym starting to work out, or you're doing a USANA business, or, at work, you're taking on a new project. You have to be able to see yourself growing in those areas. And that's very important to me, is I have to be able to cheer myself on. And that's another thing you have to develop, is that took practice too, was mindset work, personal development every single day, because you have to be able to speak to yourself in those times when you need you. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is really being able to speak to your mindset. And it's just been great. That's just been my journey. I'm looking forward to this year, what's going to happen. I have high goals. One of my goals is to launch a podcast. I definitely want to do that. So everybody look out for my podcast in 2019. That's something that's been on my heart and I've been wanting to do. So we're definitely going to do that. And then, just continue to help people and continue to teach others to help people as well, and share the USANA business comp plan and vision.
Love it. I love it. Well, Felicia, well, first of all, I love that you have your goals on your phone. And could you share with us what those are for 2019? No pressure.
Yes, no, I posted them on Facebook, so they're already all up.
Oh, awesome.
They're already all up and everything, so I don't mind. And part of the reason why you should tell someone your goals or post it on Facebook or something is because it will hold you more accountable than anything else. When people put their goals out to someone or tell someone, 99% of the people that do that succeed. And having them written down somewhere, like I said, is important, very important. So my personal goals is to give an amazing training speech at Sweet Retreat this year, to have strong work ethic every day, to gain 5 pounds of muscle, to cook healthy meals 6 days out of the week, to work out 6 days a week, to run 100 miles each month, to travel to 3 new countries this year, to speak at more events, to start a podcast, to help women with their health, to launch new programs for clients, to help my son learn how to read, to see my daughter run for her middle school and break records. And then I'll share Reggie's goals that he wrote down, which is gain 10 pounds of muscle, launch a new program, go fishing every 3 months, travel to 3 countries, ride his bike 3 times out of the week, work out 6 days a week, teach our daughter her splits and her miles, and teach his son how to field a ball and hit without a tee, and to stay true to our financial budget plan this year. And then our goals together are, they're over here on this one. I have to zoom in. Our couple goals together are to do 15 minutes of personal development together each day, work out 6 days a week together, run 5Ks throughout the year, stick to our financial plan to help people change their life, travel to 3 countries together, take the kids on 2 trips, build individuals to build other individuals, to start planning our 10-year anniversary celebration, and to go over our business plan each week.
Wow. I love it. That's a lot of goals, but it's cool because it really shows that you've thought it through. Like you've sat down and you said, what do I want out of life this year? And that's one of the keys that we always teach is that unless it's in writing, it's not clear enough. If you're just telling someone or just whatever, like it needs to be in writing. It needs to be clear. And it's so clear. It's your screensaver on your phone. So that's a great example for everybody. Yeah, so thank you for sharing your goals with us. It's very awesome of you. And we're starting to get questions in for you right now. So for those of our viewers on Facebook Live, please type in your questions on Facebook Live, and myself or my dad will go and get those. But we already have 2 questions. Sue-Ann Knobloch out of San Antonio asks, how long have you been building your business now?
So it's been 3 years since we started building, but it's probably been about, I want to say 2 years since we turned it on in like growing mode. The first year was me, on my journey, figuring it out, people starting to asking, me looking into the business, me realizing that USANA can be for life. Like you shared, it's been around for 26 years. It's definitely not going anywhere. And that was a big eye opener for me, that to be involved with a company that has been here for a while, I don't have to worry that I'm getting involved, in a company that's not going to be there in the next 10 years or 30 years. We're going to be around for life. So.
Awesome.
Oh, Jared, if anybody wants to make a background like mine, you can use the app called Word Swag. And you can definitely if you put your goals in your notes and then just copy and paste that into a background on Word Swag, you can make it and put it on your phone.
So it's 2 words, Word Swag?
Yes. And it's a word and then SWAG. That's the app.
Okay, awesome. I just typed that in the chat for everyone. So go get your Word Swag and put your goals on Word Swag.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Phyllis Walker asks, do you do mostly social media or home events and mixers?
So I do a lot of social media, but we definitely stick. We have one spa party a month, and we slide in a mixture of our spa parties where they get to sample the shakes as well. So it's a little bit of both, so people can experience a facial and then also try our yummy shakes as well if they're looking for that.
Who's that?
This is Reginald. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, Reginald. How are you?
He says he's doing good.
Hey, Reginald. How do you like? What's your favorite USANA product?
The vitamins or the shakes? The shakes.
The shakes. Oh, okay.
He loves the shakes. He will like to drink them every morning. He's probably going to ask me for his right now.
Heck yeah. I know my niece and nephews all love the shakes, especially the chocolate. Is that your favorite chocolate shake?
Yes.
Aw, cute. I think that's one of the best parts of USANA is seeing the kids kind of get like healthier too. Has he had a health story? Has it impacted his health a lot?
Yes. He is, I hate to always say this, but he is never sick, like ever. Like it.
Wow.
Like a lot of the kids, you'll see them during this time of year with runny nose and cough, and he has only gotten sick maybe on us like 2 times since he's been an infant. So it really does help him as well. And because he's not such a morning, like a heavy breakfast eater, he loves the shakes in the morning for school, and it'll keep him full until his lunchtime. So he loves them.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great story. I love hearing that. My dad says Blake, who's my nephew, also loves a chocolate shake and his Usanimals. So these are good for kids. They're great for everybody, actually, from womb to tomb, because we have lots of seniors who also love the products too. So, all right. So I also want to add that I really like that you have like at least one home event or in-person event in addition to your social medias to have that face-to-face interaction with your clients and team members, because I think that's something that we can almost get too excited about social media because it's so great and we sign up so many people with it, but it is still very important to do something once a month in your local market. So thank you for sharing that.
It's a good thing to balance both, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have people that will respond to you on social media, and then you'll definitely have the people that want to show up to a healthy mixer or a spa party, especially spa parties. We do have the sample serums, but some people want to experience the whole line before committing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also very good with the Celebi.
Oh yeah, awesome. In fact, my dad asks, Randy Krebs from Salt Lake City, he asks, on your spa parties, do you provide the mask?
So I don't provide the mask for all of the spa parties. There will be about 2 a year where we'll promote that, hey, you're going to get to do the mask. But we do give the mask out for prizes during our spa parties at each.
Okay. So they just get to try like the daytime and the toner and the nighttime and the serum,
yes.
The eye nourisher. And it's I guess it's finished in 15 minutes instead of wearing a mask for another 15 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It takes about 15 minutes to do the whole regimen, if not shorter, depending how many people you have. And then we slide in the shakes after for them to try after they experience their glow.
Yes. Well, I know when I wore the mask, because the mask is so awesome, but it's a little pricey. I mean, it's a couple bucks, and if you have 10 or 15 people there, now you spent, a couple bucks times 10 or 15 people. But when I wore that mask, I was like, I didn't want to take it off. I wanted to wear it like 30 minutes. It's just like, I don't want to waste my mask and wear only 15 minutes in my own mind. But anyway, yeah, skincare line's awesome. And my dad also asks, what are you and your husband currently doing for the 15-minute personal development training?
So right now, we are watching Rachel Hollins. I don't know, she's speaking at Sweet Retreat, but she has a podcast with her husband that's called Rise. And they're very great. They remind me in a way of me and Reggie, but we're listening to them for right now. And then we are deciding on a book. We're probably going to go with The Divine Purpose. That's what we've narrowed it down to. So we're going to start doing that one on audiobook as well. So we'll switch back and forth from Rachel Hollins, the Rise, and then going and reading the audiobook, The Divine Purpose.
Awesome. I love it. Well, it's so cool to have a couple goal, like a couple's goal that's a personal development. Crystal and I don't have that, so that's a good idea for us. But I will say that going to all the conventions and going to the seminars has really impacted our marriage because we're both there. We're both learning together. And so if you do have a spouse, I want to encourage you to bring them to the conventions or bring them to the events, because I'm sure that's been a huge value to you and Reggie as well, that you do get some of that personal growth by being at the events together.
Oh, yes. And I think it's more also you understand each other as well. Crystal understands your passion. You understand hers. Same thing with me and Reggie. So it is a very good thing to bring your partner in with you, for sure.
Yeah.
I support that 100%.
And the kids too. I've seen families, bring their kids to the events. I know we're having an event, shameless plug here. We have an event on Tuesday, January 15th in San Antonio. It's going to be a workout event with one of the Ask the Scientists people. And then we have Simon Chan himself coming on Saturday, January 19th So if you're in the San Antonio market, both of those events are kid friendly. So you can bring your kids and your husband, spouse, wife, whatever, to this significant other, both of those events. And they're awesome. So we'll get you more information about that. But there's events happening all over the United States with USANA right now, and it's called New Year, New You. So awesome. I'm on your story. Hello, Felicia's story. You're already on my story. I already got you on my story. So
I know. I was like, wait, I need to take a picture.
Awesome. So Felicia, to end our webinar, do you have any final words of wisdom and advice that you want to give the people that are watching or that will watch the recording?
My biggest advice would be just to get people to try the product. That, like I said, if someone would have never told me just try it, I wouldn't be here. And I probably, would have never tried USANA. So just really, making an impact in people's lives, and don't be afraid, because to ask someone, hey, can I help you? Or I would like to show you this, if I would love to show you the comp plan. I see that you want to stay home. Something along those lines, just to make a conversation with someone. You never know when someone's waiting for you to say that. So I would definitely suggest that, and never give up growing your business. I promise you, it's a great thing to have financial freedom and to be able, to stay home. My son is right here in front of me. I'm in pajama pants doing an interview, but we get to, grow our business and help each other and help others from the computer, in person. The limit is unlimitable, I guess you could say.
Awesome.
So stay strong, guys, and develop your why. Make your goals. Put them on your phone.
Yes. Yeah. I love what you say too about like asking people to try the products, or just in general having conversations, or like you said, having somebody who's maybe already likes the products and now showing them the compensation plan or the other possibilities, or inviting them to a webinar like this. We do these every Wednesday at noon Central Time. And then that your business is always conversations, right? It's all just conversations. If you're having conversations, your business is growing. And whatever those you'll get better at, let's say, effective conversations. You'll get better and better at conversations, but you got to just have more conversations. And that's what I got from what you said there. That's awesome advice.
Yes, the more conversations, the more time you have to listen to that key word that they will say, and then that's your opportunity to bring it to
Yeah, listening.
Yes, everybody has that key word that they will throw you, and sometimes I'm like, golly, I can't let them go. They just said that.
Right. Sorry, I just checked Facebook. I just want to make sure we didn't have any questions there. So we're good on that. Felicia, again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your story. It's so amazing. You lost 100 pounds and you've kept it off, and you're just like taking your life to the next level. I love being your friend. I appreciate everything you do to help me personally too with my business, and just thank you for all you do for the USANA family.
Yes, thank you, Jared, for everything. Love Crystal too.
Oh, thank you. And let's go ahead and unmute the lines and everyone say thank you, Felicia, and have an awesome day.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thank you, Felicia. I'm going to call you right now.
Okay, sounds
All
good.
right, bye.
Bye.